What's up, guys? I have an SPI Raspberry Pi display, and we're going to put this on the thing and then load some special codes to make it go really fast. So I'm just kind of assuming that this is how this goes on. I mean, it looks good to me. I mean, we should probably check. So this is going to fold over this way. So if we're looking at the pins, we need some 5-volt pins. Yeah, those 5 volts match up to these 5 volts. And then, well, I have no idea if those match up or not. We're going to say, I think they do. Miso Masi is over here, and that's about the same number of pins. Okay, let's plug it in. Massimo is plugged in, and so are the 5 voltaires. And now what? Well, now you document it in OneNote, obviously. So I found this guy's GitHub. FBCP, some letters and numbers. Basically, what it does is it only refreshes the areas of the screen that need to be refreshed instead of refreshing the entire display. And what that ends up doing is, it's amazing, because the guy has a video that shows the performance of it, and it is phenomenal. So this is what it normally looks like, and this is what it looks like with this new driver the guy's got. I mean, you've got some serious lag going on over here, and this is smooth as butter. So it's highly desirable, and we will be giving all credit where credit is due to Mr. that guy. I mean, I think I'm just most excited to be playing old games again shortly. Let's do this! Oh yeah, don't forget to document in your OneNote, because that is how you reproduce things going forward. Super simple. All you have to do is just, use it. Okay. You type some text. You hit the tab key. The tab key. Bloop. It puts in some things. You type whatever it is that's important to you. Second, we also need to plug this in. So I've got a display, and I've got a wireless keyboard with a little dongle, and I'm using the power supply that's built into the monitor and its USB hub as the power supply. All I'm going to do is plug in its power into my little hub here. And then I've got a USB-B connector that plugs into the monitor. Plug that guy in. And then I've got a HDMI to VGA adapter, and plug that guy in. Oh, and of course, Ethernet, because we will need to talk to it. And then if all goes well, when you hit the power button, you should be greeted by the colored lights. Wonderful. Got the 4 pies. I have 4 pies. Then we open the terminal. We type in IP address. And there is our IP. Oh, Area 51. Oh, we should also check to see if we have SSH access enabled. So we're going to open up the sudo raspi config. And this is on a standard Raspbian install. You go to the Raspbian website, download it, you got it. So I'm going to go down to advanced options. Nope. Oh, interesting. There's some things in here. So we want to go to the interfacing options, scroll down to SSH. Would you like it to be enabled? Ooh, stop Settle down. Yes. It's enabled. Woo! Okay. What is my server host computer name thing? We go to network options. Host name. I don't know what that says. Raspberry Pi. Okay, that's great. I'm happy with that. I think we're done. Finish. Yes. I'm on Debian, and I'm at the command line, and I'm going to do the thing. SSH pi at the IP address. And I'll accept their whatever that is. Password is raspberry. That's a secret. Don't let anybody know what my password is. Oh, shoot. Raspberry. I'm checking the instructions. It says SSH pi, the IP address. The password is raspberry. Okay, I figured it out. I had changed the password. So I can't tell you my password, but yours will be raspberry if you didn't change the password. Alright, okay, now we're hacked in. Don't forget to put this in your documentation. I like to screenshot things and make it easy for myself. So I'll do stuff where I hit the same keys on Windows and I have them assigned in GNOME to do the exact same thing. So it's Windows key Shift S for me. And the screen will go... screen doesn't change, the cursor changes. And so you draw around the area. And I have it set to copy that to the clipboard, and then you just paste. And voila, you got a picture. Alright, so just reading through the instructions, it says we should look at boot config and look for DT overlay stuff. And so over here, we can just quickly look at that, type in cat boot config, and look for DT overlay stuff. And it doesn't even look like anything's enabled. So there is this right here, but it's got the little hash slash octothorpe slash sharp slash pound sign. Yes, there's 4 names. Hence the 4 lines. 1 name, 4 lines. So it's not enabled, so I don't have to worry about that. Neither utilizes the SPI driver. Same file. DT param. So if we wanted to play with this without installing our fancy driver, we could probably uncomment these, but we're gonna skip them. So this is the stock Raspbian, and it's already currently disabled. So great. Moving forward, one little note: it does not appear that this driver takes advantage of the touch libraries. So we'll be looking for someone else to write that for us and install that later. So this will not have touch. So here's the instructions. I'm just going to copy this, paste it over here, and do the thing. Oh my. Okay, failure to read. I didn't put in any options in. Okay. So I need to include this option because I have a Kedei 3.5. That's right in the back. Kedei 3.5 SPI. Okay, so now I will put in that into the options. I'm going to assume the colon is not included. And so my command should look like this. cmake Kedei space ... Okay, I don't have cmake. I think we need to get that. Let's see if this works. Oh, you just don't need a dash in front of it. Yes, I want to install CMake. Do your stuff. And while it's installing, get yourself a tasty beverage. My beverage of choice is Polar Lime Seltzer. They're in the Northeast of America, and I buy a lot of them because it's good. Most of the time. So, like I said before, make sure you're documenting. So now I'm going to run my CMake command, and I'm pasting it with Control-Shift-V into the terminal. It's doing the thing! I think this might be one of the first times I'm making something. I really need to read instructions. These were right there. Specifying display speed. All I need to do is just scroll down a little bit more. All right, so the error that it's complaining about is CMake error. Please define SPI bus clock divisor, some even number on the CMake command line. See files. This parameter along with core frequency defines the SPI display speed. So right there, this defines the SPI display speed, and so we need to specify the, where was it? Specify the display speed. Okay, so it's saying that on a 3B, which is what my board is, that its core frequency is 400 megahertz, and that he's using 6, but that he's almost recommending a slower speed, which is a bigger number, of setting it to 30. But I'm just going to try the 6, because you know how I like blowing things up, right? Okay, continuing on the reading. We can specify the hardware, but he's saying that it's automatically detected, and indeed detected this pi to be one of these, and I'm the 3B plus. And he's saying that if you are compiling this for something else, then you'll need to do that. We're running it on the hardware, so we're going to let Autodetect do its thing. Then we have some other optional options here. We have backlight control, cropping, aspect ratio, statistics. I'm wondering if I don't touch it, will it automatically just have 0 as disabled? It doesn't tell me what's set by default. I wonder where I can find out what's going on with that. Well, I found this in CMake lists.txt. And this is where it sets the statistics details. I kind of don't know what's going on. So I think what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and say these statistics equals 0 on mine. All right, so the other options, channels, RGB, inverting the colors, all don't look relevant. The only ones that I'm doing are that statistics one. But these other ones look interesting. Backlight control, it looks like there's something to do backlight control. So that might be interesting, might have to do that later. I'm not looking to crop on this small of a screen, especially the aspect ratio, and then the rotation of 180 degrees. That looks interesting as well, but we're not going to use it. Oh, hey, look. Here's an example that kind of shows what you're supposed to have done. So, yeah. Mine is going to look like this. I've got my monitor, my clock speed, and the statistics, and a space, and the dots. And I hope that's it. Let's just keep reading. Okay, here's some relevant information for me, the noob. If it doesn't work, change that clock speed thing and try this DMA transfers off. And then if you want to change your options and start from complete scratch, just delete your build folder, and it doesn't matter where the build folder is. So I am going to read further down, but before we get to that point, I'm going to go ahead and run what we've got so far. So I'm copying my settings. I've got the display, the speed, no statistics. Go. Interesting. Use DMA transfers is disabled. So right now, by default, apparently a lot of people have been having issues. The guy defaulted it to off. So that could improve performance if we passed this thing. But we do have to test it first. So I'm going to copy this, come back to it later. Okay, so now we need to do the display driver at startup. So we need to edit etc.rc.local and pop this line in on the end. And let's try that. I don't know what happened. I'm rebooting my Pi. I wasn't able to type. So I'm trying this again. Hopefully everything stays. Come on, buddy. It disconnected on me, so I rebooted it. I wonder if my IP address has changed. Well, two things. One is I wasn't sure if something was touching underneath, so I put this stylus that it came with underneath the display. And two, the Ethernet jack wasn't actually plugged in. So let's try that again. Okay, it just took a moment. We're back at area 51. There we go. All right. And then hopefully it picks up. Yes. So, I guess we'll make it again because I'm not sure if it made history last time. We were in a different directory, weren't we? Where were we? We were in the Facebook PC folder. And then we were in the build folder. And now we can run this silly thing. Build files written. Okay. We did actually miss one step here. We forgot the make J. So we got to go make -J. And this is with DMA disabled. So we're probably going to run this again. Anywho. Ooh. More pink and green things. Oh, it linked it. And then there was sudo run the file. Sudo, oh, maybe this is just going to run. FB, tab. Is this, so right now the display is white. It's not going to look right because we didn't put in the right display resolution stuff, but is it going to do something? Now running main loop. I don't know what that means. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be seeing something right now. We do have a HDMI display connected right now. I don't assume that it will do anything different just because I unplug it. In fact, that might kill the Pi because the Dell monitor is aware of a HDMI source or not. I'll plug that back in. So, perhaps I will go ahead. Oh, something's happened. Quitting. Control C down here on the doobly-doo. So maybe we should actually go ahead and insert that DMA option, huh? Use DMA transfers equals on. Okay. I said that, buddy. Why are you complaining? Manually specified variables were not used by this project. Use DMA transfers. Use. What did I type? Oh, there's an extra space in front of it. Maybe that's why. Okay, it didn't complain. So now we're going to run the make J. Make J. It built it. Woo! And then run the thing. Sudo fbcp-ili9341. Initializing display. Running main loop. Nothing on the hardware. Let's just assume that we have to continue to the next step. Control C 5 times to kill it. All right. So the instructions say at this point, we need to set up the driver to launch at startup. So let's go back to what we were doing prior. So we are going to sudo home pi fb build fb and the ampersand. Oh, wait, I did this wrong. To set up the driver, edit etc rc local in sudo and add the line. I was supposed to add that to the end. Let's see, how can we do that? We could sudo, we could do this. We could do an echo home pi blah 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 to the etc slash whatever it was file. Let's look at it first. So I just wanted to view the etc rc.local file. So I did sudo cat etc.rc.local. And so, interesting. It's actually saying, so make sure that the script will exit 0 on success or any other value on error. I'm going to put my line right here. And then I'm going to put the exit 0 on the end. So I'm saying echo this text sudo home pi blah 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 into etc rc local. I haven't done this in a while. Let's see what happens. Oh, interesting. Fine, we'll do it manually. All right, and then we want to go. I want to hit the down button, and then I want to paste in my codes. Of course, I didn't get the S. Sudo. And then Control X. Save, yes. Okay. Oh, I made a stupid error. I need to run that as the sudo thing. Now I can come in, paste in my stuff, fix my sudo. Sudo. Or is it sudo? Sudo? I think it's sudo. I don't like saying sudo. It makes me feel uncomfortable. I like to sudo. It's like Sudoku. Okay. So now, if I cat that, cat that, we got our file. And so now, we need to document what we just did. Okay. So we did that. Now we're going to look at the next bit of instructions, which say configuring HDMI and TFT display sizes. As a reminder, our display is a 480 by 320 16-bit. And here is some important information. These lines hint native applications about the default display mode. If the HDMI connected display does not support such a small resolution, 480 by 320, and it can prevent the use of the HDMI connector. As a compromise, if you set the SPI display to a resolution like 640 by 480, the SPI display can be scaled to kind of look okay, and your monitor via HDMI out will work. So I think at this point, without touching anything, I'm going to reboot the Raspberry Pi over there. So I'm going to shut it down. Yep, go ahead. Go to sleep. Then I'm going to unplug the HDMI connector because I will not be using it if I'm using this display. And I can also SSH into said device. I'm going to unplug now that it's safe. Bye-byes. Also, it's kind of warm. It puts off a decent amount of heat. I think it's the backlight. Plug it back in. And, oops. Wow, I wonder if that'll work. Well, we'll find out. It seems to be getting power. Let's, just wait, I guess. Alright, so I was waiting for it to come back up. It is pinging. So I should be able to SSH back in. The magical password. We are back in. And so now we can view the boot config. We can also view, so the HDMI mode and group is still defaulting, but it's not even set. And we were going to cat the, we're going to sudo cat the etc. RC local. Verify that our home Pi stuff is set in there. And then, well, still don't have anything on the screen. So let's just go ahead and set these HDMI things per the instructions. So we're going to nano the boot config. And we're going to come down to HDMI group and uncomment it and set it to 2. Oops. Come back down here. 2. All right, so group 2, mode 87, 480 by 8 by 320, because that's our display. Whatever those numbers are, force hot plug equal 1. Exit, save. Don't forget to sudo this. I forgot to sudo this. Sudo. Do the scrolls, the buttons. Scroll so smooth like the butter on the muffins. Anybody a Homestar Runner fan? Do. There we are. All right, so now what? I guess we document what we did. Got our OneNotes updated. So now we just do sudo reboot. It's going to sleep. And it's going to do something different now? I don't know. We'll wait. Still no dice. I'm not having any luck with this Raspberry Pi now that I've put in those settings. It doesn't even show the colorful screen when I reboot it, plugged into HDMI. So I'm not sure what happened, but I've been unable to ping the device. It's just as if it's just stopped working. So I got another SD card. Let's pop that in, see if that we get anything different. Here goes nothing. Oh, USB superposition. All right, so I done messed this card up. Let me reflash it with Raspberry and get it set up again. Go through that whole thing that we already just did. Just don't do the thing that I did bad. All right, did the if of the thing and the thing and the stuff. Put the SD card in. Moment of truth. Do we get the pretty colors? Great. Now we get to do all the things we documented. That's why we documented. Make it easy to do it again for the second or third time. I'm also getting this error. Under voltage detected. Is it possible that the entire time it was my problem with the stupid power supply? Let's just go ahead and find a different power supply just to alleviate that. All right, put my phone charger on there. It's 2 amps or more. Starting up. No more lightning bolt on the top right. Again, why are we still getting the lightning bolt? What's the problem? You have a big, chunky power supply that delivers lots and lots. 2 amps. Isn't that enough for you? Fudge. Once again, here we go. Come on, buddy. That's it. I'm going to bed.